Welcome to the Jam.
Welcome. Where we remind you and ourselves
to think like you mean it
and love your life on purpose.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Jam. I'm CJ Blacera of cjcoaches.com.
And I am Maggie Reyes from modernmarried.com.
And we're
really excited to be together because we usually do these.
We are.
Through the magic of modern technology, but I'm all like, I could touch you. So CJ, what's the jam about today?
Today we are going to jam on the topic of certainty.
Ooh, certainty.
Yes.
What is certainty, CJ?
She asks good questions, doesn't she?
I get paid to ask questions.
Certainty is knowing that you will not stop until you achieve the result that you want to achieve.
Okay, wait.
What do you think?
I need to pass on that. Certainty is knowing you will not stop.
Mm-hmm.
So the only certainty...
I will not stop.
Yeah, so the certainty that anyone can have is your own inner personal certainty.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I like that. Yeah, certainty is never outside conditions. Like, certainty is never the amount of my 401k.
No.
There's
or
no
having
certainty.
a car.
Or having a car.
Or having a home paid off.
Right.
Or having a certain amount of health.
Or a title, a job title.
Right. Or having a relationship.
Or not having one. Right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So how do you... I think part of the magic of certainty is there are some things that I'm certain about.
Mm-hmm.
It is how you get to that state. I will not stop. This will be done. I will make this happen no matter what. That certainty to me is no matter what. Is knowing.
That's like deep in your core.
It's deep in your core.
Like you feel it in your body and everything.
Exactly. No, but I have been in a room with people saying, oh, this will happen no matter what. And when I'm in my doubt, and when I'm not feeling certain about something, I'm like, that's not helpful. That's not helpful that you're certain about that. How did you get that certainty? So have you dissected that for yourself? Do you know how?
Well, let's do that right now.
Do it live, Life Coach Chat live. That's what we do. That's how we roll.
We dissect.
That's right.
So, I certainly have had moments in my life where I've been absolutely certain about something.
Mm-hmm.
And I've had moments in my life where I've kind of like, I think it will be that way, but not that 100% level of certainty. So I'm trying to dissect it as we speak.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a certain level, it's like a soul decision.
Deciding at the soul level.
I think that influences my level of certainty.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, honestly, as you know, and many of our listeners and watchers know, I worked in HR for many, many years. And I recruited people.
Mm-hmm.
And I did it over and over again to the point where it didn't matter what crazy position I would have to recruit for. You could come to me and I'd be like, okay, it's done. Because I had done it 54 other times in another way.
Mm-hmm.
So I think certainty grows as you gain evidence saying when I did this before in a different way, I was able to conquer all the different obstacles that I had. I think that for me that helps my level of certainty. When I experience success in another area, it helps me sort of say, okay, I did this, so I'm sure because now I've done this 54 times, I can do this that's in front of me now. That helps my certainty.
So what happens when you're doing something for the first time?
Oh my gosh, I totally freak out.
And you don't have that evidence.
Right, yeah. Well, so multiple things happen when I do something for the first time. Definitely, I experience...
And are certain that it will be done, even though you're doing it.
For the first time.
You're going to achieve this for the first time.
Okay. She has to it's like a video game. Like I'm at a level, and I'm 100%, I'm like there, and then she's like, no, you're on level 5. How do you do that one?
We're going to level 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Could you repeat the question?
When you're doing... Okay, so one of the things that you said that gives you certainty, and
is evidence.
Right? Yes, I think that also gives us comfort.
Right.
With creating something.
Okay.
Times after. because I've done it before and before and before and before.
Right.
However, there are going to be many things that you've done, right? You've never been married before.
Nope. First time. Only time. Forever.
You've never had a blog before.
Nope. First time.
And you have never offered a group program before. Mm-hmm. But you're going to do these things, and you're going to write. Someday you're going to write a book. You haven't written it before.
She knows things I don't know. Okay.
Oh, what?
Okay, there may be a book. Someday.
Lies.
Someday there might be a book.
Yes. So someday you're going to do firsts.
Right. Okay. How do you handle firsts?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have an answer?
I don't have an answer, but I'm trying. Okay, I love the question. Hey, the first thing is
that's
to
a
love
start.
the question.
The first thing is the first thing.
The first thing is to love the question, right? And then live into the answer, right? Doesn't that sound good? How do you do that?
That sounds like Maggie.
I know. Okay, so how do you do first? I do know for me, and it's like you say with your body, everybody's different. So something that works for me might not work for someone else. But for me, it is helpful to transpose other successes onto this new venture.
Oh, check you out.
So for me, if I say, okay, I'm starting a blog, I've never blogged before, but when I was in school, I wrote 1,000 essays, you know, and I learned how to write, and I learned how to write in an organized way, then I say to myself, the thought I'm thinking is I can write in a way that connects with people and that is fun and inspiring and good. No, I haven't done that before in this realm, but I'll take like the smallest grain, like mustard seed size of anything even remotely related to what I did before, and I'll be like, oh, I can do that because I did this thing that's like minusculely similar. So that helps me. It also helps me to think, well, I complete things. You know, that's why completion is so powerful. It doesn't matter what you're completing. You know, like you complete an assignment for school, you complete a podcast we record, you post one more blog post, you know, then you post another blog post, and then you're, at least for me, the thought I'm thinking is I complete things. So when I start a new thing, I have confidence that I'm going to complete it because my thought is I complete things. And that's why leaving open loops in our lives is so difficult to manage, because our subconsciously, when we have a big open loop, we're like, oh, I don't complete things, you know. So it transposes the opposite way too. You know, subconsciously we don't even notice that it's happening, but you're like, oh no, because I never finished that other thing, and then I started organizing my closet and I never finished that, and then you transpose it opposite way.
I don't complete things.
I don't complete things. What do you think of that?
I think that's amazing, and I think that's it's a phrase that I'll have to look up and figure out my own definition for. Anyways, meta skill, but that seems like the umbrella skill is like I complete things, or as you were talking about that, I think my phrase, what was popping up for me is I find a way. I find a way.
I find a way.
I find a way.
I make it happen.
Yeah. And that's the no matter what. Like, I will just. Okay, I was just thinking about the last of the Mohicans.
Okay.
Daniel Day-Lewis.